Have you ever tried hard to impress a woman only to realize it was missing the mark? It is a common scenario that many men face. The problem is that overdoing things to impress actually sets women off and ruins what could be special moments. It is important to understand that seeking appreciation is fine, but trying too hard to assert superiority with these things can backfire. By the end of this video, you will learn the things men think impress women, but actually don't. Number 12. Obsessing over their gym sessions. Men take great pride in their fitness routines, and it is common to share this passion with their partners. However, there is a thin line between sharing and obsessing. When a man starts spending excessive hours at the gym, think 3 workouts a day or long sessions, it is not as impressive to his partner as he thinks. Sure, she might admire the commitment to health at first, but if it leads to her feeling sidelined, her interest quickly fades. Women typically appreciate balance. If gym sessions are eating into quality time, she will start feeling neglected, even if she doesn't say it out loud. Involve her in your fitness journey in a way that respects both your passions and your time together. Number 11. Flexing their grooming routine. Grooming is great, and yes, it is totally cool to take care of yourself. But when every conversation turns into a detailed analysis of the latest beard oil or skincare routine, it can become too much. At first, she will seem interested and nod along to your enthusiastic breakdown of grooming products. But there is a limit to how much grooming talk one can take before it becomes repetitive. She will start responding less, switching topics, or showing signs of disinterest. Remember, it is not about stopping the grooming talk altogether. It is about noticing when it is time to switch gears and show equal interest in her interests. Number 10. Being overprotective and jealous. Protectiveness can be endearing, but there is a big difference between being protective and overdoing it. Some guys think that women want constant protection and get easily jealous if they talk to another guy, whether it is a colleague, an old friend, or just a casual interaction. But honestly, women value trust and independence. Overprotectiveness can feel suffocating. It is not just about physical safety. It is about trusting her judgment and respecting her space. Jealousy, especially when it is over every guy she interacts with, can start as flattering but soon turn into a red flag. Make sure to find a balance where you are protective but not possessive. Trust and respect go a long way toward making a relationship healthy and happy. Number 9. Hiding their emotions. Many men are brought up to believe that showing emotions is a sign of weakness. They think that by keeping their feelings under lock and key, they appear more resilient and strong. However, this approach can backfire in relationships. Women generally value emotional openness and the ability to be vulnerable. If you are constantly putting up a stoic front, it can leave her feeling disconnected and unsure about the depth of your feelings. It is not about constantly wearing your heart on your sleeve, but rather about being honest and open when it matters. Sharing your fears, hopes, and dreams, as well as being there to listen to hers, creates a foundation of trust and intimacy. It is about being real with each other and showing that you are not just a partner, but also a confidant and a friend. Number 8. Not participating in household chores. Confidence is great. It is a big plus in anyone's book. But when it tips over into overconfidence, that is where it can start to turn women off. Imagine you are at a party or a gathering, and there is a guy who just can't stop talking about his own achievements, kind of showing off. At first, it will seem impressive, but after a while, it starts to feel more like he is just putting on a show, and it is not really about connecting with anyone. You can usually tell if it is too much by her reactions. Maybe he is not really engaging much, or she is giving those polite smiles that don't reach her eyes. The key is to be confident, sure, but not to let it spill over into bragging. It is about sharing your successes without making it sound like you are the only person in the room who has ever done anything noteworthy. Number 7. Constant messaging. It is normal to want to stay in touch, especially when you are with someone, but there is a point where it goes from cute to overbearing. If you are the guy who is always texting or calling, even when she is busy or at work, it will start to feel overwhelming. She will not say it outright, But if her replies are getting shorter or longer, or if she is not really engaging in long conversations, those are signs that it is a bit too much for her. It is important to find a balance. Good communication is key, but so is giving each other space. It is better to have a few meaningful conversations than a constant barrage of texts. Number 6, unnecessary competitiveness. A bit of competition can be fun and even attractive. It shows you have drive and ambition. But when every interaction turns into a competition, it can start to get old fast. For example, if you are always trying to be the best or have the last word in every situation, it can be exhausting for the people around you, especially your partner. She must have been impressed at first with your competitive nature, but if it never lets up, she will start to disengage or seem tired of it. The key is to know when to compete and when to collaborate. It is not just about winning, it is about working together and appreciating each other's strengths. And remember, it is not always about being the loudest or the most assertive. Sometimes, showing a bit of humility can be just as impressive. Number 5, overdoing it with gifts and fancy dates. There is a common belief among men that the way to a woman's heart is through a parade of expensive gifts and posh dinner dates. But here is the thing. While receiving a thoughtful present or dining at a fancy restaurant can be enjoyable, they don't necessarily create a lasting impression. What many women are looking for is a partner who takes the time to really get to know them, someone who understands their interests, their passions, and their quirks. It is about the conversations, the shared laughs, and the unique experiences that you can't put a price tag on. Creative date ideas like a picnic in the park, a hike to watch the sunrise, or cooking a meal together often hold more value than the fanciest restaurant in town. It is these moments of genuine connection that resonate more deeply than any material gift. Number 4, thinking big gestures are everything. It is easy to fall into the trap of thinking that love is all about big, showy gestures, like throwing a surprise party that is straight out of a movie, or declaring your love with a flash mob. While these grand gestures can be exciting and certainly have their place, they are not the foundation of a strong relationship. Most women value small, everyday acts of kindness and affection. It is about the cup of coffee you bring her in the morning, the way you listen to her after a long day, or the little notes you leave for her to find. These consistent, thoughtful actions mean more than any extravagant display of affection. They show that you are there for her in the big moments and the small ones, and that is what actually impresses her. Number 3, exaggerated compliments. Everyone likes a good compliment now and then, but when it is constant and over the top, it starts to lose its charm. It is like, if you keep telling someone they are the most amazing person in the world over and over, it starts to sound a bit fake. Women can usually tell when a compliment is genuine and when it is just flattery. They appreciate it more when you notice something specific about them that you genuinely admire, rather than just a bunch of exaggerated compliments thrown their way. Number 2, being dominant all the time. Sure, taking charge can be a good thing in certain situations. But if you are always the one dominating every conversation, it is not a great look. Imagine you are on a date, and you spend the whole time talking about your achievements, your plans, and everything else. It doesn't leave much room for her to share her own thoughts and experiences. It is important to remember that conversations are a two-way street. Women really value it when you show interest in what they have to say, rather than just talking about yourself all the time. And yes, while some women like a bit of dominance here and there, especially in certain aspects of a relationship, it is all about balance and knowing when it is her turn to take the lead. Number 1, showing off wealth. So you have worked hard and you have some nice things to show for it. That is great. But if you are constantly showing off your wealth, it will not be as impressive as you think. Driving flashy cars, wearing designer everything, and talking about your money can be a turnoff for a woman unless she is an absolute gold digger. Women are more interested in genuine connections based on mutual interests and values. Remember, a relationship built on material things isn't as strong as one built on real, shared experiences and feelings. Conclusion: remember, the key is not to try too hard. When you overdo it, it can actually have the opposite effect. The most important thing is to stay genuine. Be yourself, because authenticity is truly impressive. Women appreciate honesty, sincerity, and the real you far more than anything else. If you have made it this far, comment below with the word 100% to confirm that you have received the knowledge from this video. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.